Hey there, it's Chinwei. I thought I'd send a message to you all because I know that sometimes when we are wanting to play music, our headspace is ready to play, but sometimes our body just isn't. So today's session is about what can we do when we're not quite 100%, but we know we want to do something. It makes us feel good. Music is great because it's a feel good thing. Okay, it gives me so much joy when I have an opportunity to play music or make music, fiddle on the piano or fiddle on my strings. But sometimes we might have injuries. Now you can see I've looks like I've got injuries here. I'm just testing out some wristbands, which actually have special acupuncture points. So yeah, sometimes you can use different things like that, but that's another story. So I've got some students, one of them who's recovering from an injury having fallen off a horse, another student who's just recovering from a tonsils operation, just taken the tonsils out, so feeling a little bit uncomfortable holding her instrument. Another student who's had a little bit of a neck pain, where she's just for a few months having to work on developing a little bit more strength with the neck. So that has happened. But sometimes our energy, chronic fatigue can play a part of maybe not being able to sort of do as much as we want. So let me inspire you with a few ideas. If it's the case that holding the violin because of shoulder or neck pain may be an issue, obviously you might be going to a bit of physio, or your child might be going to physio. So obviously check in with them as well. Okay, but some things you could do is you could hold the instrument just a little bit lower. I've been a fiddler before, so in folk music, and sometimes that's how they actually hold their fiddles, a little bit lower. Okay, and they're going. Now this is fine for a temporary practice thing. I wouldn't suggest starting to play the violin this way, only when you need to adjust until you feel more comfortable. Now, even if that is a bit tricky, but you still want to work on your music, the other plan B is actually just air violin or air, whatever instrument you're playing, viola, cello, double bass, holding it just as if you're holding the instrument and playing without the instrument, but actually the muscle memory of working with pressing down the fingers as if you can hear the notes. Even saying the words, saying the letter names could help as well. Crushed your finger or broken part of your finger somewhere with your bowing hand? Ouch. That's all I'll say. I have done a few things like that where I've squashed my finger between a door. Not very wise. But in the meantime, it might be a little bit tricky holding a bow. So either we can do a air bow as well. Okay, just realizing that we've got that flexibility of the wrist. That can be quite calming in some ways. You could also use your pencil. You can see I got this from Simply for Strings. Hi guys. And I'm going to just drop it over and work on my bowing depending on what instrument I'm playing. And then I might be doing this while I'm playing. Or if I'm doing cello or double bass, I am holding it in my lower position bowing. So try those ideas. For those who are able to hold the weight of the bow but just need to hold things a bit differently because of the grip isn't so stable, then sure, adjust wear accordingly. I have had to sort of change a few things if I've had a few injuries myself, and there's nothing wrong with holding the bow slightly differently until you get better. For instance, if you've had something with your thumb, holding it just slightly in a different way could be just as good. So, dear music friends, all is not lost if you're not feeling 100%. Music is a great therapy in itself, and if you're wanting to get into your music, to still work on the things you need to work on, it is possible. So give those ideas a go and see how that works for your practice routine. This is Chinwei from Angus Music signing off. Have a great day and happy playing.